What is up, everybody? Rob here, back with another episode of Punting and Pioneer. And this week I am bringing Stompy, but this time I'd say Stompy 2.0, I guess. It's an updated list compared to my first couple videos. And what I've been trying to do is kind of make a ban-proof Stompy deck. You may be wondering why I'm not running Once Upon a Time or playing Simic Stompy with Okos, and that is because one of those or both of those cards have to be getting banned soon. They're in like almost every single deck in every format, so I figured if I can make a decent deck without those two cards, I think we're going to be pretty safe for a little while. Compared to my first list, I'm running a couple new things. I'm doing 6 turn 1 elves, just because I've added some turn 3 drops, and the ability to play something like a Steel Leaf Champion or a Lovestruck Beast on turn 2 is just insanely powerful. So having these 6 mana accelerants is crucial for that. I've also trimmed 2 lands because of that, which may be greedy, but you know, we'll see how it plays out. Other than that, the one drop we removed was Dryad Militant, just because with the exception of Phoenix, that card doesn't do a ton of work for us. So I figured we'll see how it plays out. Maybe we want to bring it back depending on how the metagame plays out. Our 2-drop suite is the same. It's all Barkhide Trolls and Avatar the Resolute. We moved our Scavenging Ooze to the sideboard. And what else did we move to the sideboard? We moved our Prey Pawns to the sideboard. Those will come in against creature decks and other things that are, you know, we gotta kill some creatures. The 3-drop we've added 3 Lovestruck Beast, just because a turn 2 5/5 is real good. No matter what you're doing, a turn 2 5/5, it's good. Not to mention, basically, in order to cast it on turn 2, you need to have a Land of War Elves in play or an Elvish Mystic, which kind of is the 1/1 creature in order for the beast to attack. So it all kind of works out in the end. I added 1 Nylea just to give my creatures trample. If you remember in the first video, not having trample kind of sucks. You have all these big, like, 7/7s and all these things, but they don't have trample. Steel Leaf Champion has some evasion, but if you're up against like a 3/3, they can just chump for days. So being able to give stuff trample combined with Aspect of the Hydra is just awesome. So I think this 1 Nylea is gonna be pretty good. It's also a late game mana sink if we need to, you know, just get an extra point or 2 of damage. Sideboard wise, we've added 4 Shaper Sanctuaries. And this is basically, if you remember, in the first video I recorded against Mardu Pyromancer, their deck was like 98% 1-for-1 removal spells. So a card like Shaper Sanctuary, basically, they kill my thing, I get to draw a card. And if I double up, I draw 2 cards. So this card is amazing against decks like Jund, Golgari, Abzan, anything that is just like heavy on the removal suite. What else? Anything new in here? Not really. Got some Return to Natures just as kind of a catch-all for artifact and enchantments. 2 Feed the Clans for like burn or hyper-aggressive decks. The 2 Damping Spheres, initially I thought it would be more for Phoenix, but I actually think Mono Green Devotion is the deck you want to bring these in against. Kind of keeps them from playing a ton of stuff, and also it keeps them from producing an insane amount of mana, I think. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so let's try out Stompy 2.0, or should I say ban-resistant Stompy. All right, game number 1 here with the new Stompy lineup. Ooh, that's a cool little avatar, little Velociraptor action. I don't think I've ever seen that. It's pretty tight. But I won the die roll, which is always a good time, so let's see what we get. A pretty bad opening hand. 1 forest with just a pretty weak turn 1 play. If we had an elf, I think I'd get greedy and try to keep it, but this is definitely a mulligan. This is also pretty bad, but I'm going to get greedy. I'm going to keep this, and we'll put back a Land of War Elves. Let's see, we'll go turn 1 elf. This way we can go turn 2 elf troll if we draw some land, or elf pelt collector. We can at least advance our board, and we have some mana. So definitely not the worst 1 mana hand. But you can totally see going down to 18 lands. You feel it. All right, and it looks like we're up against mono black aggro, which has been one of the best performing Pioneer decks. There's a bunch of them in the top 32 of the Star City Games Invitational that is finishing up today. I believe it won one of the last PTQs, and it's just filled with, I mean, not all really good black aggressive creatures, but there's clearly enough with a Knight of the Ebon Legion, Rankle. You've got, what's that little blood-soaked champion, and yeah, lots of good aggressive black creatures. All right, so this is pretty good here. We can go Pelt Collector into Barkhide Troll. We could also play an Elvish Mystic, but I really want to have a good blocker for this. So I'm not sure actually how this matchup will go. Our creatures are bigger and can block, but they also run a lot of removal, I think. I assume they're running Thought Seizes and Fatal Pushes. Not sure. Let me do some investigating over on my second monitor. Well, this person takes 17 years to decide what to do. All right, after some research, I've learned it just runs 4 Fatal Pushes. So not the biggest removal suite, but they got him in there. So next turn, we're going to be able to just unload our hand. Luckily, I know this deck isn't going to be running a lot of sweepers. I think this might actually be an okay matchup, especially once we bring in the Preyabons in the second game. All right, so what can I do here? I have 3 mana. I think I just want to play another Mystic, another Barkhide Troll, and then next turn I can play Lovestruck Beast and potentially both sides of the Lovestruck Beast. I can attack with 2 3/3s here. They can block one with the Copter and loot, but then they trade for the Copter, which is a trade I'm 100% for. All right, they're taking it. So let's see, what draws do we want? We could get a massive Avatar of the Resolute if we draw that. What else do we want? An Aspect of Hydra would be pretty awesome. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make that 6. Okay, they played that on their main phase. I like that. Now I have a much better idea of what's going on. So they could basically just attack with the Looter Scooter here, loot for 1, but then they could be completely open for 8 damage, and if we drew an Aspect of Hydra, they would just be dead. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. So we're going to go Pelt Collector. We're going to go into Lovestruck Beast, evolving the Pelt Collector, attack with our 2 Barkhide Trolls. Our opponent is really taking their time with this aggressive thought process, you know? It's like, I can't do anything but crew my Copter. All right, so we're going to cast Lovestruck Beast. I'm being very careful not to hit F6 this game. I've had a habit of passing through a lot of rounds on Magic Online. I've become very accustomed to the fast and loose approach of Magic Arena, and yeah. Okay, cool. So you're definitely going to block. That's fine. Let's get some trades in. So I think Aspect of the Hydra is definitely the #1 draw we want right now. Ghalta would also be amazing. If you draw Ghalta, there's literally nothing in their deck except Murderous Riders, I guess, that could kill it. Fatal Push doesn't do it. Yeah. Could make little Knighty here Death Touchy. If they attack here, I don't plan on blocking the Knight they can pump it if they want. Get in for a couple bits of damage, but then they're tapped out, so I am not worried about that. Okay, so they Fatal Push to Troll. Playing... Okay, another Murderous Rider. Okay, so our devotion count is low. Our board is pretty small. We can still kind of freely attack in here. Not bad. I'll take a 5/4, making our Belt Collector a 5/5. This is pretty good here. Minimum get in for 3. All right, they're playing fast and loose here. All right, so they have 2 Lifelinkers they can play. But if they play them, nothing can block Steel Leaf Champion. Steel Leaf Champion also can't be Fatal Pushed unless they have some kind of Revolt trigger. And we got there. Turns out, big green creatures beating one of the best decks in Pioneer. Let's go to sideboarding. All right, so I think we bring in the Shaper Sanctuaries and the Preyapons. Feed the Clan is more against like the red aggressive decks that go really hard and really fast. I think we actually want the Scavenging Ooze here too. Things like Blood-Soaked Champion, if they're running Gutter Bones, Scavenging Ooze is kind of the cleanest, best answer to that. Ghalta is great, but if they go heavy on their removal suite, I think it might go down in power. Yorvo also kind of easily killed and chumped. Nylea seems good. Can't be killed with all of their removal. I don't think they really run any like, what is it? Vraska's Contempts or like exile-based removal. So maybe we go down a Ghalta. Maybe we go down the Yorvos. Blossoming Defense seems good. Aspect of Hydra seems pretty good. Maybe we don't need 4 Shaper Sanctuaries because they're not like a super mid-rangey deck. Ghalta seems so good. Maybe we don't want Nylea just because it might be hard to get our stuff online. They do have a lot of removal spells. So we went down 2 Yorvos. Maybe we just go down 2 Elves. That might be wrong. Maybe we just want to get our big stuff online faster, but this is a learning process, so. All right. So we have a turn 1 Shaper Sanctuary into a turn 2 Elf no matter what. This doesn't seem like the best hand, but I think having the turn 1 Sanctuary seems pretty powerful. Okay, so let's go turn 1 Sanctuary. They're going to start beating down fast. If we can draw into a land, that would be amazing. All right, so Ghalta, not a land. Let's see if our greed plays off here. Well, hey, look at that. Always yes. Okay, still not a land. This might be dark. This might be a dark game. Ooh, Scrap Heap Scrounger. Another thing Scavenging Ooze is good against. Oh my gosh. What do we want to throw out here? Let's make a crappy 1/1. I'd rather keep my experiment one alive for a little bit longer. All right, there we go. Draw on the land. Okay, so maybe we do want 4 shapers? I don't know. That's a lot of... what do I want to discard? Probably Gulta, unfortunately. Yeah. It's very smart of our opponent, though, doing that on the end step, keeping us from making our land drops on our turn. They may be playing slow, but they seem to know what they're doing. All right, so we can play an Experiment 1 with mana to make it a 3/3 if we play Aspect of Hydra. I think I just hit 6. Whew. Not that they have mana to really do anything, but... So Shaper Sanctuary is doing work. Definitely probably the best add to this deck we've done. All right, so they can turn on the Copter. Always yield. Okay, so what we can do here, we can trade our Experiment 1 for the Scrounger. We can keep our thing alive and block the Lookout. We're going to take 6 if we do that, go to 4. I think we might want to do that. Keep our thing alive, and then we can try to start preying upon. Okay. Cool. Well, at least we're drawing some cards, I guess. Okay, so it doesn't seem like we're probably going to win this, but definitely don't want to keep one-landers. The Shaper Sanctuary is definitely key here, though. So next turn... So this does have reach. This can block the Scooter. I like how I call it a Scooter, even though it's a Copter. All right, so let's see what we can pull off here. So I think we got to go... we could make a 3/3, kill this, but doesn't have reach. Can make a 3/2, kill this. I think no matter what we lose here. Yeah, let's concede. Okay, so let's bring in more sanctuaries. Definitely want those. We're on the play. Maybe a Feed the Clan just to kind of come back. Gulta, probably not. They're going to kill too much stuff. Resolute seems pretty solid because of the Scooter. I don't think I want to bring in Return just for the Copters, but I'm not sure. I mean, the Copters are kind of their main source of card advantage, so it might be the right thing to do. Scooz seems good. Lovestruck Beast, just a big brick wall. Maybe we go down a couple Aspect of Hydras, because our devotion is going to be pretty low. All right, this seems like a pretty good hand. All right, keeping this. We're going to go turn 1, Shaper Sanctuary. Turn 2, I think I'm going to go Shaper Sanctuary into Elvish Mystic. That way, if they kill the Mystic, we draw 2 cards. If they're afraid of killing the elf for my card drawing reasons, then that's fine. I'm okay with it. Okay, hell yeah. Yes, I would like to use their ability. Yes, I would like to use that ability. All right, so I think here I want to go Experiment 1. Heart's Desire. Hold up Aspect of Hydra mana. We can make a 4/4, which will at least trade with the Death Touching Knight of Legion, Knight of the Ebon Legion. Or do I even care about trading? I don't even think I care. I'm gonna do it. All right, so doesn't trade because I'm bad at math. Keeps my heart life total alive. I think we want to go Steel Leaf Champion here. Kept our opponent off of mana, which I think is worth it. I have so many 5-powered creatures right now that I'm not too worried about it. Our opponent can gladly kill some of our creatures to reload our hand. Basically, I'm going to put that there just so I remember that I can actually play it. Maybe like here. So our opponent is just straight hitting them land drops every time. I guess that's what happens when you run like a legitimate amount of lands. Man, Shaper Sanctuary is putting in work. Do I just block here? No. We'll take 1 hit. All right, Copter, fine. Another land, all right. Attack with everything. That's fine. I will gladly let you kill your Mutavault. And by that, I mean I will gladly let you crew your Copter. So I'm definitely not going to regenerate here. I want the Copter dead. 1 loot's not the worst, especially considering if they loot into a removal spell, we're just going to draw a billion cards. All right, well, I'm definitely going to attack here. If they want to trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they can't double pump, so they can't make it too large. Yep. All right, so we're in a pretty okay spot. They could rankle us, make us discard something, and they could just kill their, or not discard, make us kill something. Scrap Heap not being able to block is pretty tight. A Scavenging Ooze is a pretty good draw. Let's play our land first. That way if they try to kill it, we can eat in response. Hey, look at that. Not bad. Mono green aggro versus mono black aggro. Very good matchup. So yeah, going forward, if mono black is still kind of one of the better decks in the format, I think this is a pretty good choice. Shaper Sanctuary is unbelievably good. I mean, especially in this deck, 1 mana. Basically, our deck is filled with targets, and the only way to really beat our deck is to go faster or just kill everything. Sweepers, obviously, very good against this deck. Shaper Sanctuary is not great against sweepers, but every like 1-for-1 removal spell you just saw drew us a ton of cards. I was very impressed with just having elves into a big turn 2 play. So I think that was a good move. I think moving the Prey Pawns to the sideboard was pretty smart. Same with the Scavenging Ooze. Still haven't got to put on Nylea or Galta. Yorvo hasn't done too much work, but Steelleaf Champion and Lovestruck Beast, just insanely powerful cards. I feel good about this. I feel good about version 2.0, ban-resistant mono green Stompy. It also only costs like $30, I think, online. And let me check real quick how much it costs in paper. It can't be much more than like $100. Not even. So this deck costs $31.40 online, and it costs $73.34 in paper. So if you're looking for a budget deck that won't be banned, that can beat mono black aggro very easily, you should try it out. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna keep recording some more videos of this deck, but I feel good about it. Thanks.